Are you interested in learning the foundations of the serve? Well, in today's video, we're going to break down the steps of the serve before you even make contact. You must be able to set up your serve correctly to serve the way you want. My name is Jeff Salzenstein. I'm the founder of Tennis Evolution, one of the leading online tennis instruction websites in the world. We are committed to helping players accelerate their results and improve. We want real results fast. And we're going to start with these concepts today that you must get down before you even think about hitting the ball. And that's the one big problem players struggle with. They come out and they hit serves and they're focused on their toss and their contact and using their legs. They forget about the basics, the foundation of the setup of the serve, okay? Now, before we begin, make sure that your notifications are turned on, you're subscribed to the channel, and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you share these videos, it actually helps other players around the world get better. And we want that. We want more players to get access to better instruction. Let's start out with the grip on the serve. Now, most of you know that you must have a continental grip on your serve if you want to do this right. If you have a forehand grip, or you hold the racket like this, you will be very limited. You will not be able to turn your shoulders and create that coil in disguise. You're going to have more of a linear swing path where the racket goes forward. So we must get you into a continental grip like this. You're going to hold the racket just like if you were to shake hands with the racket, slide it down. You want to be in a position like this. Now, there are variations of it. You can move the racket a little bit here. You can move it a little bit towards the forehand. But ultimately, we want some variation of a continental grip. This, again, will allow you to turn the shoulders better. It will allow you to get into the trophy position and to be able to hit up and over the ball and get the topspin that you need, okay? That is the grip. Next, we must talk about the stance. Common problem that players make is when they get into the stance, especially a platform stance where the back foot does not move, they have the toe of the back foot lined up with the middle of the front foot. So it looks something like this. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, but it will limit your ability to turn. So you're going to see more players go down together, up together, without a turn in the shoulders when they have this stance. So if you can slide this foot back a little bit more so you at least get the toe of the back foot lined up with the heel of the front foot, that will really help you initiate turn with the first move, okay? This is really important to be able to turn in the beginning. Yes, there are players that move their arms first and then they find their turn. I prefer to find the turn right away. So just make that little adjustment with the stance. One other thing with the stance is you can actually turn the back foot out a little bit. A lot of players are turned in like this, and then when they try to turn, they're going to get blocked by their hip. Okay, so you want to open up this foot, this back foot, so that you can turn along this line right here. You can turn and get more coil with your serve. Now, we've got to talk about how a player starts. A lot of players start with equal weight on both feet. It's almost like they're a statue, okay, or a soldier. Feet are just equal weight. You either need to start far forward or you need to start way back. Okay, get all the weight on the back foot or all the weight forward. Okay, make a decision either way, whichever one works for you. Pete Sampras, he liked to start on the back foot. Roger Federer, he likes to start forward and then he rocks back. We have to learn how to shift the weight forward to back, and a lot of players aren't doing a great job of that. Now let's talk about what I call the first move, and this is a part of the motion that is completely overlooked. Again, we're focusing so much on the toss and the contact point and the acceleration and the pronation, we're forgetting that the first move is breaking down. A lot of players move with the arms right away like this, and then they don't create any turn or coil. Now, part of this could be a limitation in the body. If you don't have the hip mobility, if you don't have this ability to rotate your spine, you're going to want to just move with your arms. And that's very common with players that I work with, that they're limited in those areas. But if you can turn, if you have the ability to do it, you want to feel like your shoulders and your hips turn right away. And again, that is predicated on what your stance looks like. Okay, if you have a stance like this, it's going to be very hard to turn. You're going to get blocked. So you've got to have a great stance to be able to turn. But I want to see a nice little turn at the beginning as you release the ball. I want you to feel like your shoulders are starting to turn. That's what Roger Federer does. A lot of players, again, just move with the arms and there's no turn. Then they have to find the turn later. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. The final step that I want to talk about today, before we even get close to swinging the racket or getting up to trophy position, is relaxation. A lot of players are gripping the racket so darn tight. I can tell, like, the wrist is cocked up like this. We want to make sure there's some relaxation in the hand and the arm. This is like a wet noodle, and I want you to be an artist out here. I want you to be relaxed, and I want you to have zero tension in the arm. I shouldn't say zero, very little tension. Okay, so you're bringing the racket back, and you're not holding, you're not gripping, you're not squeezing so tight. Most players squeeze way too tight when they play tennis. And that's just because we want to control the ball. But you've got to be willing to give up control, drop those shoulders, relax those arms. And if you can just keep working on relaxation along with the other steps that I've shared with you today, you can improve your serve. And that's what I want for you. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Make sure that you give us that thumbs up if you liked it. Leave us a comment or question below. Also, again, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and the notifications are turned on. And today, I want to offer you a free gift. There are 3 myths that most players are falling for with the serve. You can click the link in the description below or somewhere in this video to pick up those 3 myths along with the solutions. I want to help you with that. I've also got a free app to offer you. Yes, you can go into the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and download the Tennis Evolution app, where we have a number of free lessons to give you. Essentially, we have a free course on the serve, on the forehand, on footwork, and on doubles and singles strategy. You can pick that up by clicking the link in the description below. Enjoyed making this video for you today just on the setup of the serve. There's a lot to it, but if you get these steps right, you can start to improve. Thanks so much for your time today.